Hello and welcome to FutureTech interview series, a series of delightful interaction with scientists and academicians related to future technology. I'm Alpana Saha. Today I'm interacting with Dr. Ranjan Bose from IIIT Delhi. Hello sir to our program.
Hello.
Sir, you are Director of Information Technology Institute. India has been a leading nation in information technology. You can say that it has been dominating the sector for last 20 years. What's the graph now?
We have been taking giant strides in the area of information technology for quite some time now, and we are known as one of the leaders. We all have put our flag way up there. The question is, how do we keep this lead ahead? And some of the newer technologies that are coming up, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, how do we keep the banner flying high? That is the question before us.
So, how can we be leader even in artificial intelligence and machine learning?
So the first thing to realize is that artificial intelligence is here to stay and is going to basically change the way we are going to lead our lives. So we will be interacting with smart assistants in the future, maybe taking rides in autonomous cars, getting a lot of our deliveries done through AI-enabled systems, and many other things.
So you can say that AI will improve our life as the science has always done to the human being. But what about the demographic dividend we are having in the nation? Because India and China is having a huge demographic dividend, and how can we capitalize on that as well? Having AI and human beings together, working together and having a better life.
One thing is for sure, AI will replace many of the mundane jobs. And they will also reduce the number of errors that are done, because machines don't get tired, so they can work 24/7. But at the same time, artificial intelligence has its limitations. And that's where we have to think, how do we capitalize upon the creative intelligence of the human beings, the big natural resource that we have in terms of human resources. We have to trigger that part, and that just doesn't come automatically. We have to focus on our education system, which will enable students to think creatively, to come up with disruptive ideas, look for opportunities, do things that machines or artificial intelligence systems cannot do. So the scope is wide open.
So you mean to say that skill development of the existing human resources in the country is a must to cope up with the upcoming challenges of artificial intelligence, right?
I would reformulate that question. It should be life skill. So today what the students have to know is to learn, unlearn and relearn. That is the life skill they have to do. And there is another thing that machines can't do easily, and that is entrepreneurship. So one of the basic things that we have to inculcate in our students is an entrepreneurial thinking, which may necessarily not lead to an incubated company, but it poses certain questions the students must ask. Because tomorrow's world depends on the right questions that we ask, not necessarily the right answers that we have.
So how the academic curriculum of the country needs to change to ask the right questions, because you say that the student should learn to unlearn and learn new things. This means that they should be innovative, and the curriculum is becoming redundant very fast, because earlier it used to stay for a long period. That means more than 5 years the same curriculum could be carried out. But here we say that an institution when makes a curriculum, in 1.5 years it becomes outdated. So how we will balance this challenge in the nation?
So the students have to become lifelong learners. This is the first thing. And our curricula has to change, and we should use systems like MOOCs, which enable students to take courses at their own pace, at their own time. Anywhere, anytime courses is the flavor of the hour. So this brick and mortar system of education will soon give way to this newer form of learning, where students should learn at their own pace, at their own levels. And they should be able to reskill themselves every 2-3 years.
So the same analysis process cannot be used, because the common, if everybody has to learn and unlearn at their own pace, the same assessment process also won't exist. What do you think of that?
So the assessment also has to be student-based. The common assessment for all students is not right. In fact, the curricula should encourage project-based learning, hands-on learning. That's what we do in many of our courses at IIIT Delhi. They have to do some projects at the end and show a working model. And the students will be evaluated based on the models they create, based on the projects they do, and no two projects are the same. So the evaluation methodology has to evolve.
Okay, you want the evolution in the study methodology and analysis, assessment methodology as well.
Absolutely.
So that's a great idea, sir. And apart from that, what is the trick of the trade to survive in the present changing science for the youth of the nation?
So the first and the foremost thing that the students be prepared is for the uncertainty. Now, can you become prepared for uncertainty? The answer is yes. It is a way of thinking. And what do you mean by preparing for uncertainty? You have to teach students to identify opportunities and problems. So you can always formulate a problem to solve and then solve it. This is a skill today AI systems don't have. And that's where humans will have a winning edge. We have to teach our students to quickly identify what is trending, what skills they need to acquire to solve those problems. And problems are aplenty. Just look around. Even if you look at the city of Delhi, you will see so many problems to solve today, and many of them can be solved with information technology.
So, sir, one personal question. How did you come to the field of information technology? What attracted you to make your career in information technology?
So, I am an electrical engineer by training.
Yeah.
But electrical engineering has more to do with signals and signal processing. And the moment you generate data, you have to process data, you have to analyze data, and you have to use them in an effective manner. So that was my initiation into this beautiful world of information technology. As a personal interest, my research is in information theory, where we look at the rate at which we can communicate information and the limits that we pose on error-free or reduced error communications.
Yeah, great, sir. Then, because you told that you are from electronical engineering background, so how similar and how different you find information technology and electronic engineering?
So there is a big overlap. Electrical engineering is quite broad. It has various aspects from communications to computers to robotics to control to power systems, to name a few. Information technology is taking the core, the basic data. And today you may have heard about a term called Internet of Things.
Yeah, right.
And today it is Internet of Everything. So the key factor in Internet of Things is generation of data. In fact, actionable data. So data is in motion, which means there are concerns about privacy, there's concern about secrecy, there's concern about authentication of data, and all of that together has to be handled in a very smart and elegant manner, which is in the realm of information technology.
So, information technology, you can say that artificial intelligence has evolved from information technology, to say in some general term. Am I right?
Yes, you can say that.
Yeah. Because at the base of information technology, there is data. At the base of artificial intelligence, there is data. So, and you say when data management comes, the concern of privacy policy comes out. Then when we work on artificial intelligence, people say that accuracy is very important, accuracy of data. So how can we have a balance between accuracy of data and in bringing any algorithm for artificial intelligence and privacy at the same time, controlling the privacy at the same time?
Right. So we all agree data is the new oil. Data is the new place where there is a lot of money. And therefore, privacy, secrecy, integrity of data is all very important, because my healthcare data is very, very critical to the insurance company.
Yeah.
Similarly, what time I get up, the Alexa in my house knows, and it could be posing a great security threat about my staying. So secrecy is definitely important, privacy is of big concern, and a lot of work, in fact research work, is going on today to ensure that data secrecy and privacy can be maintained. If you turn the problem around, you can actually generate false data and fake news, which is, as you are aware, a big, big issue in many of the elections today. And that itself is a big, big challenge. Therefore, we have a very, very interesting area called the data science. And we have realized the importance of this, and our institute is offering some of the state-of-the-art courses in data science.
Right.
We have an active program for the industry where we are doing outreach so that we can train people from the industry in this interesting area of data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, and many other such important problems facing us today.
So, this was a great information that what all work the institution is doing in the field of data science and rest of the allied courses. Apart from that, what is your advice to the policy makers for the data protection and data use in the nation?
So today there are a lot of white papers out there which talk about privacy, and policy documents are already available today. So for advice, maybe we have to look at strengthening the research culture around the whole area of data science. That is of primary importance, because the next war will be fought in the cyberspace. So it is the information that has to be protected.
Yeah.
We have to train our engineers, we have to train our scientists, we have to train our next generation of PhD students to be very well equipped to data and make good use of data.
And to protect data as well.
Absolutely.
So you said that it was a sum total that the next war will be fought for the data. So how to protect it and how to work, use it is the main crux of the trade. But still, I want you to elaborate on it so that the academicians and the student of the nation gets benefited from your knowledge.
Okay. So there are a couple of discrete steps that we can take.
Yeah.
The first and the foremost is that the defense forces should engage actively with the academia. Say, for example, here Delhi Police has opened a Center for Technology and Policing at IIIT Delhi, where they bring to us real world problems with data, and we solve them. That is one way to deal with things. The other way is to start from the other side. A lot of interesting work is already being done at our academic institutes. And our government agencies, law enforcement agencies, our defense forces can actually come and have a look at it and see what is useful to them. Similarly, funding these centers of excellence in various academic institutes is also a great idea, where real world problems can be looked at by academicians, and repeated training of people in the defense forces, in the public domain, in the say Delhi Police, for example, they have to be trained periodically to keep them at the fighting edge.
Okay, so we should be always prepared and on our foot to protect the data in the nation, and both academician and the administrative people should come together to protect the data.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, sir, to throw light on the importance of data and data protection, apart from sharing your knowledge on information technology and all future technologies as well. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Many people have realized will form a core for many of the things we want to do ahead. So it is the first building block. It doesn't necessarily mean that somebody has to finally do a PhD in mathematics at the end. But at the same time, it creates a way of thinking. What we have stopped doing is thinking how the education system has to evolve. The same, a teacher is standing in front of the blackboard and teaching at the same rate to the entire students. That is not scalable, because students have to be taught at the same pace, which is not possible. So we flip the problem around and say the students must learn at their own pace. So the student-centric education has to be there, and STEM education, if made student-centric, will definitely add value to this building block that we are trying to create.
Thank you so much, sir, for throwing light on it.
Absolutely. Thank you.